Thanks for making CBS 46 the fastest growing news in Atlanta.
Some people might be afraid to vote in person. A Georgia voting rights group predicts the number of mail-in ballots will skyrocket for the election. They want a federal judge to force the Secretary of State to mail you prepaid postage envelopes for your absentee ballots and your applications. CBS 46's Mike Dunstan is live in Atlanta showing Mike, good evening.
Yeah, Sean. Good evening, Sean. The Secretary of State's office did not have a comment, but tonight one group is calling it a poll tax. As you see right here, the Georgia Secretary of State's office does pick up the tab to mail you voting forms, but Cliff Albright says that's not good enough.
That every voter, every registered voter should have received a ballot application as well as the eventual ballot that would have prepaid postage in order to guarantee that folks would be able to mail off their applications and their ballots without having to find a stamp.
Albright is the executive director and co-founder of Black Voters Matter Fund.
I'm somebody of some level of means and privilege. I haven't had a stamp in my house since I don't know when, right? And I don't live in a rural community.
In a 21-page federal lawsuit, the ACLU is suing the state on behalf of his group, writing in part, many lower-income voters do not have postage stamps. They no longer need to use them or have never needed to use them. They cannot be expected to needlessly expose themselves to the pandemic to just get stamps in order to vote. Voters without internet access or a credit card cannot buy stamps online, and if they do, they must unnecessarily purchase an unaffordable book of stamps.
I think it should probably be a government, government thing. So either the federal government or the state government, I think, should pay for voting. There shouldn't be any impediments to voting, right? So there's not a poll tax.
To get a better voter turnout, probably Georgia. Otherwise, it's probably a disadvantage.
And Cliff Albright believes Georgia can afford it.
We believe that voting is enough of a priority and enough of a basic right that the state ought to be able to handle postage for its registered voters across the state.
Now, a judge is scheduled to take up this case on Friday morning. You can count on CBS 46 to let you know what happens. Live in Atlanta, Mike Dunstan, CBS 46 News.